A drink, non-alcoholic drink. Okay, guys. Hi, my name is Nonto, and I am your hostess with the hostess today. First of all, welcome so much. Welcome so much. You are welcome to be here with us as the CreativesShallGovern. I am the founder of the CreativesShallGovern, and it started in 2019 with the intention. How old are we? If we started in 2019, how old are we? Well, 5. 5 actually. Yeah. And so we started in 2019 to be able to create a space for creatives to meet each other. We wanted to network around okay, who's doing what, where, how, and why, essentially. Because myself, I grew up as a very creative child, but I didn't know what I could pursue a creative field in graphics or whatever it is, fashion or whatnot. So my intention was to say, okay, where are the people? How can we do stuff together? And can we create things together, essentially? So we started in 2019, and we had the first gathering, and it was about 20 people. Hi, I just realized. And we had our first gathering in 2019, and then the second gathering we had it in Harare in Zim, and my business partner at the time was the one who hosted it there. They had a WhatsApp group, so they had everybody kind of meet together as well. And then the third one we had in it was Mparati Skate Park, which was Excel BP there, that corner, we had it there. So we transformed a warehouse into a gallery space and had 8 artists exhibits and stuff. So it was really dope to have people there. And then we hosted one last year in here, and that exhibition was themed men's mental health and youth. And I see some familiar faces who had joined us back then. You're welcome again back in here. Where are we? We are in Minga's studio. Minga is the photographer over here, who's also a creative and artist. And the intention, yes, please give it so Minga is a photographer and an electrician, yes. Thank you so much. And he's been essentially allowing us to, thank you. He's been allowing us to kind of take over the space and to have an exhibition like Kaya. So we're very grateful for that. As I mentioned, thank you. As I mentioned, I am the founder of it, but I did not put all of this together. We started initially as just a project, putting people together and whatnot, and now we're registered NPC, and so it's a milestone. Thank you. Very, very proud of that. And we've also been funded by the National Art Council for our next projects, which are going to take place in the next 2 months. So it doesn't end here. There's more. And in the more, it also becomes bigger and better. So you are just part of that journey right now, seeing the beginnings, the humble beginnings, right? And so, as I mentioned, right now we have this exhibition, and this exhibition is about women's rights and mental health. And as I said, the last one was about men's mental health and youth month. So with this one, we wanted to highlight there's different versions of existence as a woman, right? You're a sister, you're a mother, you are yourself. Before you are anybody, you're responsible for anybody else. And so what is it that we face? What is it that we go through? And it's not only a conversation for the women, it's a conversation for all of us to have, because we live with each other and we share with each other. Sometimes we affect the mood of the other, so we have to have that conversation with one another. And so about this exhibition, we have 3 artists. One of them is Anele here, who's currently stressing a little bit. But I've been hyping her all week. I'm like, you can do this. You've got this. So she's going to be doing some poetry for us. She's in the social justice movements and all sorts of things that are happening on that side. If you want to know something about the community, we'll see what's happening. This is your girl. And that's how I met her. I met her in the struggle. because the struggle is real. You know?
Yeah.
I met the struggle, and then I met Umambali for those who are younger than me, sitting over here as well. And so we met at like demonstrations. We met here. You know, we met at Circular Stadium. Exactly. When you were busy with a whole massive sports against crime event. And she was just running the whole ship there, you know. And it's a whole stadium of people and organizers and this and this and that. And I was like, oh, this way. Yeah. And then I found out that she's also a creative in some different ways. So that's also what we want to do with the CreativesShallGovern, is to be able to tap into that little spark, that little interest that you have within the arts, and just encourage you towards pursuing it, right? It's not necessarily about the bestest artists, but we're trying to find the best. And so the more we find people, it's the more we discover, or we say, oh, this is who's around, this is who's painting, this is who's doing this is who's doing that. So with our exhibitions, we work with the artist, we take them from the journey of like, hey, do you want to be part of this thing? And she's like, okay. And then like, okay, let's see how we can make it happen. What do you need? And things like that. So today we are showing two of her artwork, well, not her artworks per se, but like her poetry, which she's also going to share with you guys. And then we'll also have like an open mic a little bit later. So if you've got your poetry, if you've got your voice, music, whatever you want to do, yeah, just music was a welcome. So obviously we have talent because people are pointing at each other. So then we will have that moment to be able to just like share with one another. So what I thought I should do is to give you, I'm going to be talking for a little bit now, but it's just to be able to also give context to why you're here, what are we doing here, and what we're essentially going to do in the future together, right? So as I said, CreativesShallGovern is a networking space. It's a community building. It's community building, and it encourages the pursuit of creative careers, and it also provides necessary tools to improve our practices and artists and stuff. And so, as I mentioned, I am not here by myself because the project then became an NPC situation. So I have my amazing human beings, including Minga, including Ino, including Felicia, who are going to be great. Yes, please give them their. So they also, who did I miss? I didn't miss anybody. No, yes. And then we've got other people as well who are not here. But we are going to be essentially putting the project that you're going to see roll out in the next 2 months. So if you see our brand anywhere, just know it is us. We are busy. It's also doing things back end. Somebody's chasing someone for contracts. Someone is chasing someone for artworks. This is the team. And so, what is an exhibition? Does anybody want to like give a go to that? What is an exhibition? Should I point? Okay,
I mean, basically, it's a showcase of any type of medium of art or anything that has to be said in a formal and curated space. So I think that forms the exhibition.
Okay. And can an exhibition be indoors, outdoors? How does it?
Well, it needs to be at definitely some curated space. So it could be in a gallery or it could be in outdoors.
Yeah. Okay, dope. How many people have been in a gallery? Okay, so we have a new audience. I mean, technically you have been. If you've been here the last time or the time before that, you've been in a gallery. But that's also the reason why I opened with that question, is to say, Uguti, a gallery space or an exhibition space is where you get to experience art. You are coming in to check what somebody else has created and taken their time to put together, right? And the art is not there for you to be like, oh, I understand it, I get it. No, it's for you to experience it, to read it, to take it in, make up your mind about like what you see, what you think it is about. There's no wrong answers because it's your perception that's looking at it and that's kind of being interpreted. So there's no wrong answers per se. You can ask the questions and you can even tell the artist with because you're looking at it and nobody else can change that. So essentially, that's what an exhibition space is. It's a collection of artists or an artist, one person who has enough artworks to show, the entire space and whatnot. It can take place indoors, outdoors, anywhere, as long as there is a quote-unquote curator, Joe. Curator is somebody who puts the themes together, who says the artworks are talking in different ways, so how can we put them together? So, for example, with this one, I curated it. And so, Mangena, you are met with the poetry of Anele, who talks about being an African woman and walking with me, right? So, you're taking the journey into the gallery space, and that's how it becomes interpreted. Then you go into the artworks and paintings of Puleng, who has very different voices that are talking in her artwork. And so, you essentially take everything in. There's not a lot of space. There's not a lot of space on this side, but there's a lot of space on this side because you have to take it in, right? You're taking that walk into the space. And then on this side, this is like my artwork. And so you then kind of get into the conversation. So, for example, with the plants and whatnot, the landscape, they're talking to each other. And then you have the art piece continuing with more poetry and books that you can essentially read. So, the whole point is to be able to give you a sort of overall feel of what the theme is about, but to give you enough space to take the art in. That's what it is. Are we all on the same page? Amazing. Okay, and then what are how are you supposed to behave in an exhibition? Let's just put up Mazimba chips. So the point of having a gallery as well is to display what somebody has created. So you have to respect the art, right? You don't know how long it took for somebody to create that thing that's on the wall. It may look very easy, it may look very quick or whatnot. It kind of discredits the person's work and effort. And so the whole thing is to just respect the work that is around, try to be aware of your surroundings. So yeah, so that's also another thing. And then how do you support artists who are then exhibiting in the show? You bring them flowers, you bring them cards, you say congratulations, you've done so well, you've done so great, and that's how you can celebrate the person who's showing the work in the space. Let's see. And sometimes it's also, as I said, it's a selected artist or it's one person. And so the current exhibition, as I said, is around women's rights. And so women's rights, who wants to give that a go? What did you see when you saw that on the poster and you're like, what is that? Does anybody want to have a go on that? Angela, you're not allowed to put your hand. I saw you already, you're like... Anybody? Women's rights, mental health. What did you pick when you interacted with that topic?
GPV.
GPV.
No.
Okay. It's an answer. Again, no wrong answers, right? We're helping each other. We're figuring things out together. Do not be shy. I called you full name. Sorry?
I know, yes, I'm going my mom human rights for women to have the same opportunities that our
Okay. Amazing. Is it always in relation to men? Or is it in relation to humans as a whole?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else? Team.
Hey. For me, I think the first thing that I saw was just a space for all genders just to come together and for us to really just think about what women's rights are about and how we can be supporting each other in the fight for women's rights. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And with my cousin asking me, am I allowed? Can I come? I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, that's the whole point.
Exactly.
It's for everybody to come together and just talk a bit more about women's rights. What do we need from each other? How do we support each other? And
yeah, that was good. Thank you. Yes,
No, thank you, Samona.
Hello.
Maybe for us to coin it even understanding. Is that why are we even having to have a topic that says like human rights? How did we get there? Why now are we talking about women's rights? It is when now we're going to begin to have a conversation. To say before we are saying women's rights, meaning abantu besifazane, they are oppressed. That is why now we have to talk about their rights. You know, for all of us to know what abantu besifazane, they have rights. They have a right to live. They have a right to be heard. They have a right to be understood. They have a right to exist. You know. So maybe before we can talk about per se the rights, what necessitated for us to even arrive to that part of saying women must have rights.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
I think I wouldn't want to talk much.
Because you can.
Yeah, because I'm glad the room is filled with young men.
Yes.
That's us.
And that is a start. And these men, they are young. And the youngness of them, it means the future. And having to have a conversation with them, meaning even the issue of rights, because even them in their side, others, they wouldn't want to participate when they see the word women rights. Because they feel abantu besifazane are being prioritized, they are having rights, they are having whatnot. But if you are sitting like this, it is when even us as women will get a chance to even understand them and hear their voice. When they see the subject, 80 women's rights, it to them as men. What does it mean to them as men?
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
Yes,
feel free to snap, clap, whatever. Also, this is a safe space to be able to articulate yourself. So Zulu, Xhosa, anything goes. I'm fluent in English and I don't like it. I'm trying to change it. But please feel free. Zulu, whatever. And just feel comfortable. And also with that being said, as I said, there are no wrong answers. So it is about engaging and meeting each other where we are. And if we are correcting each other, do it with love. If you have something to add to something, also do that with love. Because this is a learning space as well. Yes, Ina?
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to touch base on the mental health aspect of it, because I just believe that as Abantwamya, it's still not a nice topic or an easy topic to maneuver or talk about. So environments like this, where let's talk about mental health, because it's just one of the things that Black people struggle with and they don't know how to voice it out. So creating environments like this whereby with the next person, I'm right. How do I go about that? How do I deal with that? So mental health. We need to talk about it as Black people. Because every Black person, I believe, we all need therapy. In every space or form, we just need somebody to talk to. So that's from me.
Thank you. Welcome to our newcomers. My gang. This is my gang from next year. These are my homies. And they're also artists, by the way. We paint, we do all sorts of things next year. Blue Mama. And that's my mom at the back, so hi mom. Okay, so just to give you yay, a fan, thank you. And that's my brother. Okay, so we've talked about the mental health side, the women's rights side. Somebody mentioned something very specific. What happened now that we have to talk about the rights, right? And there's many different angles in which we can come into that conversation with. That obviously is oppression. We can start with apartheid. We can start during colonialism. We can start with slavery. We can just keep going back the whole time. But I think the best way to go about it is to perhaps engage with the work that is in here. And so, for example, artists who are women artists who are able to show their work and to even paint, because history also tells us Uti, there was a time when women couldn't do such things, even gather in a place like this and to produce work that kind of questions society or questions authority, right? And so also another thing, if you don't know what a word means or whatnot, pause the person and then we you ask and then we unpack it. And so I think what we'll do is perhaps, where did she go? Oh, there she is. Anele, you can perhaps open with your pieces. She's gonna do some poetry for us. And then after that, I will take you through a little bit of Puleng's work, and then we will talk about my installation as well. So is everybody still comfy and good? Amazing.
Can we start with walk?
Okay.
Yes. My name is Anele, as I've been introduced. I prefer being known as a social activist because that's where the passion lies. Thanks to Nonto, I used to do poetry from I think somewhere between grade 10 and 12 until college times, and then from there I just fell in love with basically supporting other artists, especially my poets, and then with drama. I do a little bit of drama as well. This is basically my first time ever displaying my work, thanks to this wonderful individual. I just used to write. I was very like I'm very that's that. But high school, Sophie wanted to shine, so high school I wasn't afraid. I would just stand on stage and perform. So please bear with me. It has been a very long time. This is not directed to anyone. If it happens to be harsh and relate to you in a manner that is offensive, I apologize. Not bad. Yeah. Okay, we can. Okay. What do you say? Which one would you like to take a walk? Check on the WhatsApp. I'm literally looking at the WhatsApp and I'm like, okay. For the answer.
Is not connected. Hold on.
Hanya ya teknoloji.
It's the father and son one.
Yeah. It doesn't want to play, so that's what I'm trying to figure out.